How's it going, Talk Forest TV? My name is Jack, and welcome to my preview for our next game at home against Middlesbrough. So yeah, I actually have tickets for this one. Me and my dad will be attending the game, but I'm not expecting it to be a good atmosphere. Usually I'm going to the City Ground thinking, we might make a little bit of noise here, but nah, I think it's going to be quite a toxic, quite a negative place to be. Hopefully the boys get behind the lads on the pitch, but I don't particularly see it happening because it's not really a happy camp. I'm at the point now where I'm not sort of ranting and raving. I mean, I haven't ranted and raved in my videos. I've kept it kind of a bit calmer, a bit more downcast rather than cross. But I think I'm at that point now where it's just like, it's just annoying. It's just like it's just what's the word? I don't know, disappointing, I guess. I'm just there like, ugh. I'm in a group chat with a group of lads who support football, support all the football clubs. I've got Chelsea fans, Liverpool fans, loving life at the minute. Leeds fans, I know they're not playing too great, but they're up there in the Premiership. Newcastle fans, right, fair enough. I mean, they're not doing great either. But they all, other than myself, they all support Grimsby Town as well. So they can be happy about them. They've had a really good start to the National League, and they're all bouncing about that. And I'm just here supporting Forest, like, it's great fun, But yeah, no, I think the only reason I can see Chris Hughton still being in a job is the fact we can't afford to pay off his contract. Like I say, I don't like calling for managers' heads, but I think it's about time. We're starting 108 years. We haven't won since Easter Monday. It's a shambles. It's just really not good. Like, I don't... Other than that fact being we can't afford to pay off his contract, which, for me, I would have prioritised getting his contract sold or sort of paid off, then buying some of the players we bought in. It's just really, really frustrating now. I'm really frustrated with it. I'm getting to the point now where it's depressing, and, I mean, what can we do? Hopefully, I'm going to be there to witness our first 3 points of the season. I don't know whether we will, because we're playing a Newcastle side, a Middlesbrough side who are well drilled. Not Chris Hughton. I'm getting completely mixed up here. Neil Warnock is a manager who likes to really get his team regimented. A style of play that is tough to break down. A style of play which I think Hughton's trying to go for, but it's just completely not working. They're a bunch that I always think about this with Warnock teams. He gets the players on side, they're all behind him, they all would run through brick walls, they'll all be willing to put their bodies on the line for Neil Warnock and for that style, which I don't see them really doing that for Hughton at Forest. I think he's that manager, Warnock, where you're on his side, it's you against the world, it's you, Warnock, the fans against everybody else in football, and he gets them going, he gets them riled up, he gets them that factor of, we've got to do this, this is what we have to do to beat you. Whereas for Hughton, I don't know what he does. I don't know if there's any motivational speaking in the dressing room or what. It just doesn't really seem very like anything's going on, but look at the positives. The two wing-backs are really good. Unfortunately, Spence will be out. I think the two wing-backs for me were excellent. Lowe, getting down that left-hand side, got involved with the goal. I think they were the two shining lights, the two good sparks in the team. Spence won't be able to play, obviously, because he is on loan from Middlesbrough. So we could see Dragger get his first start for the club, and hopefully he's able to bring something to the side that's going to help us push on and push forward. I'm going to go through my first 11 for this game, my start 11 for this game, and then the team that I think Hughton will go with, and see sort of what I would do differently. Not that I know what I'm talking about, but I just want to think. I think it's sort of, I'm talking sort of more from what the fans want, in my opinion. But for me, the first change I'm going to make is that man right there. You can see him on both my pictures. Bryce Samba, for me, has to to be dropped. I love the bloke. I think he's a great goalkeeper on his day. I love it how he gives a bit to the opposition fans. Sort of riles them up and gets them going. I love to see that. And under that season under Sabri, he was unbelievable. I think for me, he was the goalkeeper of the division. I think he was absolutely exceptional on his day. Made some clutch saves. That one against Leeds comes to mind, where it was sort of I think it was Cooper who directed it goalwards, and the ball was literally above the line, and he got across and got it away. But this season he's just been really poor. He's made some poor errors. His wrists seem to be really weak when he goes to try and make saves this season. And for me, I think Horvath was there against Wolves. I think he was really good. Kept the scoreline down. You see our goalkeeper's conceded 4. Clearly he wasn't that great. But he really kept it down. He really, really kept the score down. And he was a huge help for those youngsters ahead of him. And I think he deserves to start. He really deserved to start against Derby for me. He really stated his position in the side. And I think he deserved it. But, unfortunately didn't get his break in the starting 11. But for me, if I was manager, I'd say he's got to start. The back four for me, I'll go Dragger, Worrell, McKenna and Lowe. I think the back four were actually okay against Cardiff. I think they were let down by the two midfielders ahead of them in Garner and Yates. I think Garner, as much as we love him, as much as people praise the ground he walks on, he was poor. I don't think he did really well at all, if I'm honest. I think he was quite anonymous. At times you'd be mistaken for not knowing he was playing, and they lacked that ability to protect the back four. And it's really strange because we say, Houghton plays negative defensive football, yet the defensive midfielders just don't do any defensive jobs. They just did nothing. They offered nothing in that. Colwell's second goal, they were lightly jogging behind him. I think it was the second goal, the one that he took from range. They were lightly jogging behind him as opposed to closing him down, making him make a mistake, making him make a decision. They just gave him all the time in the world and didn't back up their defenders, which is criminal. I can't believe they did that. In a negative defensive style of play where we're trying to conserve with what we've got, I'm lost for words. I think the two midfielders for me, I'm gonna go with Garner again, and I'm gonna go with Tyrese Fornah. I think you've got to be a bit more progressive against a Warnock team that are going to be set up to be hard to break down. We need that creativity on the pitch to pick a lock, to pick empty spaces, and I think for me, Fornah has looked good in the moments he's had in the pre-season and in the League Cup games. I think he's been really good, composed on the ball. Shows, great composure. He's got to start for me. I think Garner alongside him can offer that bit more attacking edge. I'm going to go 4-4-2, I think. For me, the wingers, I'll go with Zinkernagel and Johnson. I think they looked decent. Johnson showed a bit of passion, put himself on the line. Zinkernagel looked good again. Was a bit ineffective, to be fair, but he's too good for our league position and for us at the minute. He's got to start and think he can really offer something different for us. And my two strikers, I'm going to go with Lewis Grabban because he got his goal. And I want to see Xande Silva. So I don't know whether there's a reason he wasn't in the first team squad against Cardiff. Sorry, but I'd love to see him start. I think he offers something a little bit different. He's a bit more of a quicker player. And I really want to see him flourish. I want to see him do well. I want to see him prove the doubters wrong. And I'd love to see him start up front and really light the team alight, because we need something. And why not see if he can do it? So that'll be my team. But I think Houghton's going to go Samba, Dragger, Worrell, McKenna, Lowe, Yates, Garner, probably Johnson, Zinkernagel, Taylor and Grabban. But he's gonna go defensive again. He's gonna have a defensive midfielder. He's gonna have a goalkeeper who's been poor, two taller strikers to try and go along. And I realised this between the time I saw this on Twitter. We played more long balls in Cardiff. Are you mental? Two of the biggest defenders in the league. I think one of the biggest defenders in the league in Flint. And we played long balls. I'm beyond any logic has gone from my mind in what Houghton's trying to do. I'm gonna predict 1-0 Forest. I'm gonna go with my heart. I'm gonna try and be positive, say 1-0 Forest, but my brain says 2-1 Middlesbrough, and it'll be fairly easy for them once the first goal for them goes in. But yeah, I really want to see a change. I really want to see something improve at this club. I really want to be there to witness our first 3 points of the season, and I really hope that we can do that. So yeah, let me know in the comments what your thoughts are, what you think the score might be. Like this video if you did enjoy. Smack the subscription button if you haven't already. Thank you for watching, and please come on, you Reds.